interesting thing I'm starting to notice. I think some of you might be noticing this. There's more and more videos, just things that are happening that show nobody's entertaining this shit anymore. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I make a video that I say this. I make sure I upload it. I have to make absolutely sure that I know, for history's sake, a lot of baby boomer liberals. This is the deal you have to think about. You could just fucking admit violence is bad and that you're angry, weird people. That you're weird. You know you're weird. And that you've always kind of had an anger issue. That you have this weird fixation on using violent revolution. This weird romance with the French Revolution and what it never was. But like liberal dipshits, like kind of sort of try to make it into what you want it to be. So now, see, you could do this. You could help the young out, the young liberals, but no, you won't. I know you won't. There's something about you. There's something about you that you won't do it. You won't just kind of yield, be like, yeah, the violence thing, it's gone totally wrong. This has gone so horribly wrong. It's gone so badly. Now there's people constantly terrorizing colleges, and no one likes the Palestinians, and nobody likes the Jews, and, America wants to isolate itself because, we nut jobs on the left only make everything worse. The people on the right get that maybe you don't know what the fuck you're talking about and you should just step back and be cool. But no, we can't be cool. We've got to stick our fucking Chaco in that and lose our Chaco in it. We have to lose our Birkenstock in that mire. Because also Ukraine has been one of these things that it's you gotta get your fucking silver Birkenstock stuck in that mire, and then call in your scrawny ass husband to he used to run around with the weathermen. He was once a tough guy. He once protested. He was protesting against the Vietnam War. No one gives a shit. You actually should really kind of get this idea of all of the kind of... Yeah, there we go. Just to make it kind of hurt. A lot of old people who vote left of center should know none of your grandchildren know anything about what you thought was important. They don't know who Ho Chi Minh is. Ask them. Ask your completely... They've gone through high school. This should have come up. It was... You would think this name would come up in a history class. You would think this name would come up in anything at all. Just ask. Just ask who was Ho Chi Minh to your grandchildren. They don't know. They definitely don't know. And that was an important defining part of your life. And you should know. They don't know. They don't care. They know about, whoa, hello, oh yeah, do it, bro. Do it. Hold it. You can do it. You can keep doing it. You can, oh, look at him. Look at him go. Let's go. Dude, he's doing, holy shit. Bro, that was like fucking 300 feet. Like 300, 400 feet a wheelie, bro. That was fucking tight. See how wonderful my life is? I get to see, I didn't do that. I would have died. He did it, and I get to look. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I get all the joy out of it. So, people who are left of center, old Democrats, old liberals, you should know. Your grandchildren don't know who Ho Chi Minh is. So they don't know about Vietnam. They don't know what the fuck you were protesting. They're not really. And then when they find out, like, the details, they would have problems with something. Probably you did. Then, remember, there's all then the television shows about that era of time. Now, for somebody like me who's Gen X, those television shows were pretty critical to my upbringing and my understanding of history and the world around me. Especially various episodes. I specifically remember the episode, Tour of Duty's episode, where it was, I think, supposed to be the assassination of Martin Luther King happens. And it's a Tour of Duty episode where all the black soldiers are together at some kind of bar in some place. And there's these DJs. They're like, hey, so brother, why don't you... That's all I can remember. I can't remember the propaganda. Hey, so brother. The reason why I giggle so hard about this is because in my mind for years, no, I didn't understand who Jim Medeker was like married to or whatever. I didn't know that people knew her and like had like talked to her, and she was like this totally normal Korean American girl. So in my mind, my headcanon was that she was fundamentally like this tiny Vietnamese woman. I'd always say, Jean! She's on the Twitter saying all this racist shit to me. You stupid. Why don't you go eat pig intestine? Jean, what they call pig intestine? What? What are you talking about? I'm on Twitter. Talking shit on Twitter, this bitch. Like in my mind. And she's always in boxer shorts and t-shirt and fucking slides. At all times. I don't know why. For years, I like, and somebody like kind of explained, oh no, that, you know, Jim's wife is this person, blah, 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 you know, once he got cancer and everything, and then kind of the lore changes, you know, oh, well, okay, it's not as serious now that you got cancer and stuff, you know, but, and then to find out, oh no, his wife is like this super normal person. But like, it is so hard in my mind constantly whenever I hear Jim Medeker. I am hearing in this something like what's it? Oh God, the guy from King of the Hill, like that voice for the wife. Like, that's what's in it. And always, Jim, like 3 eyes. No less than 3 eyes. Jim. Jim, I can't do that. Can't shit all over everything. Jim, your family is shit in my driveway. Just that's in my mind. What was that is the thing. Okay. That aside, that's something I guess I never admitted about, like, how my mind works. The kind of headcanon I have about people online. Okay, so let me go through it all. So now, Sana'a Airport has been, like, totally devastated. Israel has said that they're going to totally conquer Gaza. And so the Sana'a strike and then the press briefing where they're like, no, we're going to conquer Gaza. And so they literally just said they're going to separate the civilian population and they're going to isolate the people who are in Hamas. And obviously the idea is that they're probably going to they're going to put them on trial and execute them, or something along those lines. Hamas is done. They're just done. They're just like, no, this organization and its membership and anyone who claims affiliation with it is gone. So there was an article I saw probably about a year ago, and it was discussing Andrew Tate, and it was somebody on the right, Zero Hedge, or it could even have been from not dissident. I gotta look it up. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting it. Because it's this great news aggregator that's very right-wing and very nationalist. And but it could have also been from Revolver as well. But one of the thing it got into was the idea that Americans don't really understand gangster politics. Not really. It's been a while. It's been since the early 1900s. It's been a bit too long since Americans understood the idea of a bunch of followers of a politician showing up someplace and actually taking clubs, hammers, and possibly blades to other people. Where that happened in American history. And so it's, even Boardwalk Empire actually kind of gets into one of the issues about Al Capone and why Chicago politics for a period of time changed, because the Italian mob was associated with beating the shit out of people for their votes, and the unions were associated with beating the shit out of people if you didn't vote right, and that they would put pressure on your community, on your ethnic community for that. And people forget about this. The left likes to forget that's the background of it, and because they don't, and also it's a lack of the cultural understanding, the deracination and the lack of cultural understanding that you see so much on the left. They don't remember when the unions used to beat people up for stuff. And so I was thinking about how now the left has very few choices. They've sided with elements of the left that are so reprehensible. There's no way back. The right, like right now, actually at this very moment, right now, I am watching people react to Kanye West. Probably some of you even just saw the post I dropped where where I finally saw Kanye West's 88 song, because that's what that's called. People don't know that, who are outside of certain circles of music and culture. 88, eighth letter of the alphabet, and when you say certain things, it's called 88. And he came up with his 88 song, which is utterly ridiculous, and it was shitty. It's auto-tuned, it's shitty, it doesn't have good lyrics. It's because Kanye West was never a very good MC. He was apparently a good performer for a generation that doesn't really understand good performance or high quality music, high quality MCing. It is what it is. I mean, it just is what it is. It's from the whackness. The whackness started at a certain point, and that was it. Everyone accepted whackness. I don't have to care, because I was into the Agrolites. The Agrolites were incredible. You know, it's like they said the first album, they walked into the studio, dropped the first fucking album, and walked out. People compare it to the Upsetter. And if that doesn't mean anything to people, especially if they're black, then you're not that black. Lee Scratch Perry and the Upsetters, the Upsetter, the Agrolites' first album was compared to that. And that's the rumor about it. They walked in, they recorded it, and they walked out. And seeing them play, I mean, you could totally believe it. Seeing them play, the first iteration of them before Homie died, God bless him. I just think about that sometimes. I saw him before he died. Now and then I think about that. Little moment, things like that. The older I get, I was there. I appreciate that more and more. The older I get, the sexy, strong, fast, and interesting I get, the more stinky and old and ugly I get. I was there. I got to see that. I didn't get to see much in my life, but I'll get to see more. And apparently a lot more, because Pakistan and India are at it. Holy shit. So this is something that I gotta admit, it lines up with a pattern. That is a rumor. I don't know what to do about this rumor. And this is the rumor that the Islamic militias are getting slowly but surely rolled up. And that one of the key things is that the first administration of Trump, it appears during the first administration of Trump, one of the key things is he had no idea about how these people are being even funded. That's what it appears. I mean, like, now if we really think it through, no matter, who he sided with, if he was trying to help Sisi, if he was trying to help Netanyahu, it didn't really matter that much. Because it's like, well, but how are these militias, these Salafists, how's the Muslim Brotherhood, who's giving them money? And then, think through some of the stories. The explosion in, what was it? Not Damascus. Explosion in, it was Lebanon. But I'm trying to remember, Beirut? Was it Beirut? And that it was supposedly like a bank, like banks that went under, explosions of caches of ammunition. What it more and more appears is that you're starting to see now kind of the powers of the Ummah that are governments, like helping the process of eliminating militias. That's kind of one of the things I'm like, if that's happening, I could kind of believe it. Kind of. I'm still not sure. And yeah, well, I guess we'll see. The Houthis would qualify because the people keep trying to do this thing of attaching the Houthis to the to this group, the Houthis, and it's like, no, the Al-Houthi movement is again one of these student movements that is liberating the people, and so and once again we're seeing it all across the universities. Oh, look, the people are liberating, and look, nobody gives a shit. Everyone's like, no, fuck you. Yeah, oh, what are you studying to be? Oh yeah, fuck you. And everyone saw that everyone saw Black Hulk, right? Okay, look back on the Salty Cracker channel, like 3 days. You'll see this post. This security guard on Cinco de Mayo, this big black man. When I was younger, I wanted to either be, I wanted to be darker, because my features, it didn't fit if I was lighter. I didn't see Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel wasn't around yet. So being lighter, I would have looked weird, in my view. I wanted to be darker. Swear to God. Totally swear to God. I don't know why. I thought it would fit me better. I didn't know what, I was uncomfortable. When you're younger, you're uncomfortable with yourself, And it's like, the girls kind of like dark-skinned man, and I was not that dark-skinned, I was like, oh, man, why can't I be dark-skinned like my homie over here? My homies, they were darker, It's like, I'm like, oh, man. And so, it's, and he's black on black. This was a man who's black on both sides, and big. He's got that when you've done martial arts, now and then you see guys like this, and you're like, what the fuck? Now, a lot of times they don't do stuff like kung fu. You'll see them in karate. You'll see these guys in karate. You'll see them in kempo. You'll see them come out like in hood karate schools, like at the tournaments, where you're like, look at this big ass motherfucker, and you're thinking like he's kind of big and kind of slow, and then you see and there'll be like 4 or 5 guys, right, who are really big, and they're really round and stuff, but it's one of them who he could just lift his foot up and just kick you straight in the head. He could just tap you around your head. He could kick you in both your ears. Just standing like a cat. You're like, doop-a-doo. You're freaked out by the fact that a man that fucking fat and that big can move like that. And we're like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be able to move that big. What? Nobody big as you is supposed to be able to move that fast. Well, this was one of those moments that you're not supposed to be able to move that fast and you're that big. Totally happened. And then, beyond that, oh yes, men are incredibly fucking strong. Grown men that are strong are incredibly fucking strong compared to who? Compared to females. And this guy fucking took out a restaurant full of them. He just started banking on every hoe he saw in this restaurant. I've never seen anything like this. This was unbelievable. It was Black Hulk. He just ran into furniture, and furniture was just turning over as he would just hit people. The best part about it one of the best things is there's one part of the footage that you can clearly see this male trying to get this woman to not get involved. And he runs off. He totally understands. Every part of him evolutionarily goes, this is me going to jail or me getting totally physically destroyed by Black Hulk. like the way that this guy was taking people out, like, you don't see a person do things like this. This is really like the linebacker decided, I'm going to show you all what a linebacker is. Like, you think as a linebacker I can't fight? and he just starts taking out everybody in this fucking place. It's the part about the way that the one male in the group, like, you could see his whole body language. It's the body language. The way he turns, and you could see he's like, this man is going to kill all these hoes. And he just takes off. And this linebacker just takes out everyone in the restaurant. It's unbelievable. Salty Cracker has it on his channel. You gotta see it. It's unbelievable. It is so hilarious. And now there's one part of it that it's you do kind of, it's a little uncomfortable. It's impolite and a little uncomfortable. It is a security guard literally beating up about a dozen women. Multiple security guards. One guy literally dips one of these women so hard, I think he broke her in half. But she gets up and keeps fighting people. It's unbelievable. Oh my gosh. And so with this, I just want to point out two people on the left who are older. When you are looking at picking your grave site, you're starting to really think about it. I want you to remember, the minute you're in the ground, there is going to be somebody who's left of center, picked up and dipped so goddamn hard for their bad behavior on the ground, they're going to shatter. Your side is not going to, there is no, polyniles. There is no polyniles. There is no Ann Peebles. There will be no Bobby Hebb. There will be no Booker T and the MGs to save this. There will be none of that music. There will be no movies. No To Sir With Love. No. There will be no Mod Squad. Yeah, there won't be there. Your era of time could have been something magnificent that flowed naturally into a nationalist future. It won't now. It was that now it's going to be that the hippie 60s, hippie 70s, it's all going to die. Feminism will die. the leftist anti-war movement, you don't exist anymore. You will die. No one will remember. People like me will remember because I will commemorate it with the music of the time. I'll make sure I'll commemorate it with the music of the time, and it will be beautiful, and my show will be amazing. I'll be like, this was the music of the revolution, but they did not understand that nationalism was naturally the future. Don't worry. I will make sure history is kind to you. You didn't mean it. I'll make sure they remember it in that kind of sense. You didn't mean it. You just didn't understand what you were up to.